Welcome to Continental Championship Wrestling, home of the National Wrestling Alliance, featuring champions from throughout the continental United States. And now to your host, world-renowned wrestling commentator, Gordon Soley.
Thank you. Thank you so very much, and welcome once again to Continental Championship Wrestling. And I can assure you of this, we're going to have a great night of wrestling competition. Before we get into the competition tonight, however, let's talk about some things that are upcoming. First of all, next week here on Continental Championship Wrestling, we will have the finals of the Continental TV Championship. Now, there are two gentlemen right now who are tied for victories, Roy Lee Welch and Robert Fuller. Roberto Soto has a final round-off match tonight. If he wins tonight, then next week we go into a three-way round-robin tournament. Plus the fact, all of you have been writing in about the dream match, which will take place on November 23rd. That dream match, by popular demand, and listen carefully, the dream match by popular demand will be the exotic Adrian Street versus the very, very popular Austin Idol. Judging by the response that we're getting right now, I can only assume that all of you were among those thousands and thousands of people who wrote in and voted for that as the dream match. That will take place on November 23rd. Now, we do have some outstanding matches up.
Mr. Soley, I got something I want to talk about. I got a protest. A protest against you, Bob Armstrong, Bullet.
Now, just a minute.
That Holt he's using is illegal. It's not an illegal Holt. He's hurt both of my cousins, Ron Fuller and Robert Fuller, both are laid up with a bum leg.
Well, now, wait a minute. Who are you accusing, the Bullet or Bob Armstrong?
Both of those names are the same person. It is Bob Armstrong, and I'm going to prove it before this thing is over with.
You are?
You are exactly right about that. I'm going to finish all them Armstrongs. I'm going to set them all up.
Well, I'll tell you what. You're going to be meeting the Bullet tonight in a loser-leave-town match.
And that's when we're going to wipe it up. Loser leave, lights out, brother, and I'm going to finish them all off, starting with the Bullet tonight.
Well, now, you're talking about this illegal hold, as you call it. I remember last week here on Continental Championship Wrestling, there was much to do about that particular situation, but it was finally wrapped up in Dothan, Alabama.
You're exactly right. You see me standing out here by myself, or my cousin Robert Fuller would be here with me if he was able to be. He's at home in bed with his leg jacked straight up in the air, and I don't know when he's going to be, but he will be back. Mark my words, you ain't finished this up yet, Armstrong.
Well, he can call him Armstrong all he wants until that mask comes off and it's proven that it is indeed Bob Armstrong. As far as I'm concerned, the man's name is Bullet.
Let me tell you something. You got a film here of the cage match. I want to see it. I want to show you this illegal move that he's using.
All right, by video then, let's go to Dothan, Alabama, the Dothan Farm Center, and let's take a look at what happened in this steel cage match, and you'll see what we're talking about.
Mr. Soley, you can see right here, in a steel cage, man, nobody comes in, nobody goes out, and we're fixing to take care of business right here. We had things going our way. Right there is a choke hold, by the way, that Mr. Armstrong uses. That's not a sleeper hold. That is a choker hold that he has choked people half to death with here and claimed that he has put them to sleep.
Well, now, wait a minute.
Bob Armstrong has used a lot of different holds that are illegal, but the main one that I want to talk about is the one that he says is a figure four. It's illegal.
No, the figure four leg lock is quite legal, as is the Fuller leg lock. I'd like to point out, look at what about that flame?
Was a spectator on the side over there trying to light his cigarette, and his lighter blew up in his face over there. They're always accusing the flame of coming down and trying to burn somebody. I've never heard of such silly garbage in all my life.
Well, there was the flame beating a hasty exit.
There's that hold I'm talking about. Armstrong's putting them. It's illegal. It's not right. Look at them people out there. They're screaming and shouting. They're telling the referee that's an illegal move, and he's not supposed to use that hold. Brad Armstrong over there with a chokehold on me again.
You talk about chokeholds, and that looks to me like a perfectly executed sleeper hold, and of course he's got a figure 4, no question about that. But looking at this man who has the figure 4, you can tell just by looking at his body he's much younger than Bob Armstrong.
Who you trying to kid out here, Gordon Soley? I know that's Bob Armstrong. Everybody here in the building knows it's Bob Armstrong. Bob Geigel, the president, knows it's Bob Armstrong. I'm going to prove it's Bob Armstrong. I'm going to break his leg and pull that mask off his ugly face, and you're going to be gone before tonight is over. Tonight we're going to finish it.
Well, all right, we'll find out about that. I'll tell you what. Robert Fuller, injured, out of action, as a result of, quote, that illegal hold by the bullet, had some comments regarding his injury and his thoughts for the future. Let's now go to this exclusive interview with Robert Fuller.
It's funny how things change. Situations change in wrestling. You saw me and Jimmy Golden out here not long ago sitting in this same tub. Now I'm doing it for therapeutic reasons. The reason for that is because Bob Armstrong enjoys putting a hold on somebody that is a dangerous hold, should be barred from professional wrestling in the first place, and just mashing it to the max. He enjoys to see a man off. He enjoys to see a man's family not eating. I've applied a hold that's equally as dangerous, but people know I've never applied that hold trying to just mash somebody's leg off. That when I put that hold on a man, I waited on the submission and I broke it right at that very second. Bob Armstrong ain't got the sense enough. They taught him something down the line. The way he's brought up is something the same way he's bringing them kids up. They taught him to hurt people and take it to the max, brother. Well, I'm going to tell you something, Armstrong. I'm coming back, brother, and I'm coming back in a few days. Not a few months, not a few years. A few days I'll be looking you in the face again, son. And when I do again, I'll put my hold to the max. And I got a little something I want the people to know. Because of the injury and because of the length I've lost in one of my legs, I'm going to have a special shoe made up. And right here not working, and I'm spending my money on special shoes. But I guarantee you this, Armstrong, I'll be back in a few days, son. And I'll put the Armstrong family where they belong.
Okay, you've heard the comments from Robert Fuller. You heard them from Jimmy Golden. Remember now, next week, we will have the TV finals, and if Roberto Soto can make it through tonight, he'll be involved in those TV finals. Don't forget, on the 23rd, it will be the dream match. Austin Idol against the exotic Adrian Street. Austin Idol may have some well-needed help at ringside on that particular night. We'll talk more about that next week. Now then, we're getting set for a most unusual first match. Let's go to our ring announcer, 6th rank in the world in the junior heavyweight division, Mike Jackson.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the ring at a combined weight of 451 pounds, here is the team of Johnny Crash Rich and Tommy Wildfire Rich, the richest. And ladies and gentlemen, the Southeastern Tag Team Champions making their way to ringside. At a combined weight of 443 pounds, here are the Nightmares.
Southeastern
Tag match rules are in effect.
Southeastern Tag Team
The titles
Champions.
are on the line.
Okay, I guess Mike is done. The Southeastern Tag Team Championship on the line now. An Australian Tag Team elimination match. Now that means if an opponent is pinned or submits, he must leave the ring area. This means, of course, it'll then end up as 2-on-1. One fall, 1 hour. Johnny Ridge lining up against the Nightmare, and they are being obviously necessarily cautious, and for good reason. Tag Team Championship on the line. Crossing back and forth. Tag is made. Johnny Rich drops to the canvas. Tommy Rich is in there. Tommy Tommy Rich drops to the canvas, catches him a high hip toss. And the second Nightmare comes in, and Johnny Rich gets him. Well, early on, the Riches seem to have it together. Nightmare's complaining to our ring announcer, Mike Jackson. A great crowd here at the Boutwell Auditorium, deep in the heart of Dixie in Birmingham, Alabama. By the way, any rebroadcast, reproduction, or recreation of these matches without the express written consent of yours truly or of Southeastern Championship Wrestling or the NWA is strictly forbidden. Well, the Nightmare's moving rather well now on Tommy Wildfire Rich. Tommy back to his feet. Ooh, backdrop. Nightmare tags up, delivers an elbow. Second Nightmare delivers another elbow into the pectoralis majors. And Tommy Wildfire Rich powers out before the count of 3, but he's got problems. Remember, as a man is pinned or submits, he is eliminated. Johnny Crash Rich into the thick of things now. Leapfrog by Johnny Rich, caught from behind. Rich in there for a pin. Got it. He got it.
Ladies and gentlemen, one of the Nightmares has been eliminated. He must leave ringside area under the rules of this contract match.
The second Nightmare right on top of things, however. Charge it to a man. Rich is tripped up. Got another one. So, one Nightmare eliminated.
Ladies and gentlemen, Johnny Rich has been eliminated.
He got him. Tommy Wildfire Rich in this elimination match.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new team of Southeastern Tag Champions, the team of Johnny Rich and Tommy Wildfire Rich.
Let's take a look at those two falls. Let's take a look at those two critical falls where the Nightmare was eliminated. And then let's take another look. All right, there you see it. The first Nightmare being eliminated. Then you're watching as Tommy Wildfire Rich, after Johnny Rich was eliminated, fires back, and everything works out for the Riches. They are the victors. Well, I'll tell you what, we've got the brand new Southeastern Tag Team Champions with us right now. I'm referring, of course, to Tommy Wildfire Rich and Johnny Crash Rich, and they're with us here at the desk.
Could somebody say something about Pandemonia? Pandemonia! You know, Nightmares, you want another title shot. But doesn't NWA say we have 30 days before we have to put the title in?
That's right.
30 days! Hey, but Nightmares, you want a title shot? Well, I tell you what we're going to do. You see this chicken outfit? One of you put it on, wear it to the ring, and we'll give you a title match anywhere you want it.
Well, wait a minute. Let's see if
You're out of your mind.
to say.
You're out of your mind. We won't accept nothing like that. Those are our belts, and we ain't gonna do that. We ain't gotta do nothing like that. Put the belts up, they're ours.
I'll tell you what. I'll be talking to Tommy and Johnny, and we'll talk to the Nightmares in just a couple of moments. Right now, let's pause for these words. All right, right, the challenge has been made. Let's find out how the Nightmares feel about it. Let's go to Mike Jackson in the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Nightmares. Gentlemen, if I could get a word with you. You've heard the challenge. Do you accept it or do you not?
First of all, let us tell you something, boys. We have held those titles longer than any tag team in the history of this profession. Now, those titles mean a lot to us. But what you're trying to do, you're trying to publicly humiliate us.
Will you wear that suit to the ring to get a title match?
Wait a minute. All right, boys. I'll tell you what. You want to put the titles up. It's our right to have that return match. And you'll humiliate us. Well, I'll tell you what, boys. We'll wear the chicken suit for any title match. And we'll take it, baby.
Gordon, they have accepted.
We'll be the champions again. Mark my words.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, it's payback time.
That's right. Humiliation, boys, is what it's called, and humiliation is what it's going to be when you come out wearing this right here. You know what? Somebody say Big Bird's usually on Sesame Street, but he's going to be at the wrestling in live living color, and it's going to be one of these clowns right here. Big Bird, baby, yeah.
All right, the challenge has been offered, and the challenge has been accepted by the Nightmares.
That's right, the Nightbirds. The Nightbirds.
Well, there you have it. And the titles will be on the line, and it's going to be something to see indeed. Be watching for it.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we have a very special television match for you. Let me say, first of all, that in this match, it is for the Southeastern Heavyweight title, and also Miss Linda has been barred from ringside. She is barred from ringside. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, the #1 challenger for the Southeastern Heavyweight title as he makes his way to ringside. He weighs in at 227 pounds. From Memphis, Tennessee, here's the Junkyard Dog, Norvell Austin. Ladies and gentlemen, your Southeastern Heavyweight Champion at 222 pounds from the Royal Forest of Dean, Here is the exotic Adrian Street.
All right, the exotic Adrian Street and Miss Linda being ordered from the ringside area. There you see the pink belt. It was not originally pink, I can assure you of that. Adrian Street objecting.
Adrian Street, I've talked to the promoters. The contract has been signed. I don't care what you say. She is gone and gone right now.
And again, Miss Linda being told to leave the ring area. And so, begrudgingly, she has gone to the ring apron outside. Now let's see if she does leave the area. Well, putting the belt to one side. She's staying at ringside, and now being escorted away from the ring by Mike Jackson. And so we'll be getting underway as Miss Linda does indeed leave the ring area. Southeastern Heavyweight Championship on the line, and the exotic Adrian Street appears to be more than somewhat concerned. And it's Norvell Austin catching him again. Norvell moving with newfound confidence now. Norvell drops him with a hard right hand to the side of the jaw. Norvell Austin catches him, an elbow to the base of the skull. Another hard right hand to the cheek. And Norvell, a stinging right hand. Another one over the ear. And look at that coiffure of exotic Adrian Street blocked again. He makes a wild swing, and Norvell connects with a hard right hand. The exotic one, Adrian Street, in trouble here. Remember, the Southeastern Heavyweight Championship on the line. Street makes to the ring ropes. Norvell pulls him back inside. Norvell connects with a hard right hand. A lot of things happening here on this hour of Continental Championship Wrestling. Norvell outside, and Street taking advantage of that situation. Living up to his last name, he is a street brawler as well. Street in trouble. Norvell Austin has him up. Full body slam on the timer's table. And so the Nightmares are going to be coming out in chicken suits, huh? And it is Adrian Street in a lot of trouble. Norvell Austin very much in charge now. Well, we watched the Southeastern Tag Team Championship change hands on this hour. And it looks to me like we could very easily be seeing the Southeastern Heavyweight Championship change hands. Norvell. And he's not trying to be fancy. He is just using a good, solid, hard right hand. And is fairly well beating Adrian Street to a pulp. Catches him again and again to the midsection. The exotic Adrian Street in a lot of trouble here. Southeastern champion hanging onto those ring ropes. Norvell Austin brings him back to the center of the ring. Headbutt puts Street back to the ring ropes once again. Norvell Austin closes in. And it's Austin looking very strong now. Ooh. Well, now, who was that? Who was that? The exotic Adrian Street getting a pinfall. But somebody came from outside and attacked Norvell Austin for the word. Let's go to our ring announcer.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the official time of 4 minutes and 13 seconds, the fall in the match go to the exotic Adrian Street.
Man, I knew what happened. Gordon, don't go nowhere. I got to talk to you. I'll be right there. Stay right there.
All right, Norvell Austin making his way up here. Let's take another look and see if we can identify that female form that came up. All right. Looking for it. Well, I'll tell you what, it's hard to say. That head donned in a kerchief, it's difficult to say exactly who that was. But I think all of us can hold to a suspicion that indeed that very well could have been Miss Linda. Well, I'll tell you what, it certainly looked to me like it was the same problem as before.
Man, hey, I'm sick and tired of it. I'm fed up with it to here. And I knew I had a sneaking feeling that she wasn't going to leave the building. That's why I called you earlier in Florida during the course of the week. I'm sick and tired of it. You show these people, they got a surprise. You saw what I showed you. And I'm through with it. I ain't got nothing else to say.
All right, I'll tell you what. Norvell Austin does indeed have a surprise. During this past week, I received a phone call in Tampa, Florida, and I was asked to conduct a very, very special interview. For those of you, of course, here at the auditorium, look to your monitors. And for those of you at home, take a look right now, because here comes a very special interview with a very special lady indeed. Let me ask the cameraman, if you will, to bring in, and this lady is not standing on a stool, by the way. This is Lady Maxine, 6'4". I won't ask your weight, but you are obviously extremely well proportioned.
Well, thank you very much, Bill.
Now, I know, of course, that you've been talking to Norvell Austin and others in the Continental Championship area about the fact that this exotic Adrian Street has Miss Linda with it.
That's right. Miss Linda is just like every other valet I've seen. They don't know when to keep their nose out of other people's business, and I'm the person that they call when they have problems like that. And Norvell's been talking to me about it, and I'm a very serious person. When I take a job like that, I do it all the way. And Linda, you might have to find some new work. Maybe you can get a job at McDonald's or something.
In other words, you are, in a sense, then, a mercenary. I know you've actually taken on some males as far as that part of it goes.
That's right, Gordon. I had battled with Percy Pringle down here in Florida, and I don't consider that it's beyond my capabilities. I'll do what I'm paid for. I am a mercenary in a sense.
But, well, on the right side, I might say.
Exactly right. So I don't have any moral problems with that at all. I feel like I'm battling for good. And if Linda's not that, then she's gone.
All right. What about the exotic Adrian Street? I know you're very familiar with his fancy robes and costumes and all of that, but he was the European middleweight amateur champion. You're going to face the problem that he might jump in the fray.
No. It depends on who I'm working with. I have no doubt that if they pair me with somebody, that the person that I'm working with will take care of that side of things. Those feathers and all those robes and finery must get in the way, though, Adrian. I'm hoping that you're not going to trip over something.
Prophetic words. Well, that may indeed solve the problem, as all of you here saw and those of you at home saw. And all I can say is that we'll be back in just a moment with that very important television tournament match. Comes to Mobile, Alabama, November 22nd at the Fort Whiting Armory. A new era, free parking, door prizes, and much, much more. Plus, NWA Wrestling in Bruton, Alabama on the 19th. And tomorrow night in Pensacola City Auditorium, match time 8:15. A Southeastern Tag Title Chicken match. Tommy and Johnny Rich against the Nightmares. A Southeastern title, Norvell Austin against the exotic Adrian Street. In a challenge match, Brad Armstrong against Robert Fuller. There will be 2 other matches tomorrow night, Pensacola. NWA Wrestling does return to Mobile and the Fort Whiting Armory. A new era of wrestling coming to Mobile. By the way, there will be free parking there, and it's going to be a great night. Door prizes that night. It all happens on November 22nd. And don't forget in Bruton on the 19th, a great night of wrestling competition. And, of course, tomorrow night in Pensacola, my good friend Norvell Austin goes after the Southeastern heavyweight champion, the exotic Adrian Street.
Right on. I've been giving that Adrian Street fits lately, and I know he don't like it. But I got a big surprise for you, Adrian Street, because I got a great, big, good-looking, real good-looking young lady coming in that's going to be my valet. And her name is Lady Maxine. And if she'll be, only I know when she'll be there. She'll probably be there tomorrow night. And if she be there, and I know she will, that title going to go around my way because she going to offset Miss Linda.
Pensacola tomorrow night. I'm going to teach you a lesson once and for all, Norvell Austin. There's no way you're going to get a pink belt. You banned Miss Linda, that failed for you. Now you're going to bring a fighting female freak known as, what's her name, Mad Maxine, tobacco-chewing giant, 6'6". No way will you get your hands on me, on Miss Linda, or my belt. I'm going to finish you for good. And if that long streak of tobacco-chewing Amazon gets in my way, I'll knock your block off too.
Well, whether Lady Maxine will be there tomorrow night or not, and frankly, who knows? Only Norvell knows, but I think he's got exotic Adrian Street worried.
Ladies and gentlemen, of course, as you can well see, the trophy has been placed in the ring. It is the TV tournament trophy that will be given away to the wrestler that wins the tournament. This is a tournament match. It is scheduled 1 fall with a special 10-minute time limit. First of all, making his way to ringside, he weighs in at 223 pounds, Los Angeles, California. Here is Larry Clark. Clark. And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent also making his way to ringside. He is the Alabama heavyweight champion. He weighs in at 227 pounds. From Puerto Rico, here is Roberto Soto. 1 fall, 10-minute time limit. It is a TV tournament match.
Roberto Soto moving into the ring now, carrying the Alabama heavyweight championship. There you see the beautiful, close to, well, it's about 5 feet tall, the Continental Television Championship trophy. And that goes to the winner of the tournament. Now, it's a critical match for both Clark and Soto. If Clark wins, then he goes on to a semifinal next week. And if Soto wins, he goes to the finals next week. So it's a real critical match. Clark out of Los Angeles wired his entry into the tournament. He's a dark horse in this one, no question about it. He's in the black trunks. He started to lock up. Soto was a step ahead that time. Caught him in a good arm drag takedown. Kip up by Clark and a beautiful hook on the arm into an inside armbar by Roberto Soto. Full arm drag and twist now by Clark. Reversal by Soto. Clark reverses again. Soto back to the canvas. Breaks it up, however. Well, we've got brand new Southeastern Tag Team champions in the combination of Tommy Wildfire Rich and Johnny Rich. Certainly we can be proud of those people. And watch out, who knows when Lady Maxine is liable to appear on the scene. Lady Maxine, 6 feet 4 inches tall. And everything is in place, I might add. Off the ropes, Soto catches him. Good shoulder smash at Soto, up and over his man. Soto counters very nicely into a high hip toss. Clark back to his feet, stumbling and backing away. Clark evidencing some pain in the lumbar area of the back. Upcoming, of course, in a lights-out loser-leave match, the Bullet against Jimmy Golden. And Golden made some very strong comments at the opening of this program. We'll find out just how strong those comments are. Chop into the throat of Soto. Has Soto in trouble. Soto retaliates. And so the Puerto Rican sensation had his ire aroused. And Mr. Clark backing off slightly. Talking to my good friends, Coast to Coast, affiliated with Jim Walter Corporation, Larry Bankston, and Charlie Bisbee, and we're both commenting about the great athletic capabilities of Roberto Soto. But right now, Soto's got some problems. Clark caught him a good right hand. Soto retaliates with a left. Soto, a southpaw, doing extremely well with that left hand. High drop kick. And that literally, well, not literally, I take that back, almost ripped the top of his head off. Good block by Clark. Good block by Clark as Soto went for a head scissors. Clark ducked down, blocked. Ooh! Caught him again. Got a count of three. Got a count of three. And brother, Mr. Soto, the Alabama heavyweight champion, taught this man, Larry Clark, a brand new wrestling lesson. A long flight from Los Angeles to lose in that manner. Here's our ring announcer.
The official time of 4 minutes and 57 seconds. The fall and the match do go to the Alabama heavyweight champion, Roberto Soto.
Let's take another look at that drop kick that really devastated Mr. Clark. I mean, when he hit him with those 2 feet under the chin, I'm surprised that head stayed attached. There you see it, a tremendous victory for Roberto Soto, and he moves on into the finals in the round-robin tournament for the TV championship. Junior heavyweight champion Roy Lee Welch is with me right now. A brand new era of wrestling coming to Mobile at the Fort Whiting National Guard Armory on the 22nd.
That's right, Gordon. Friday the 22nd. We'll also be in Bruton on Tuesday the 19th.
And tomorrow night, of course.
That's the big night for me. You know, Mr. Ken Timms, the desperado, the hired killer, is out to hurt me, and he's out to take this title. Well, let me tell you something, Ken Timms. You're not going to do either one.
Fair enough. Let's listen to these comments now from Mr. Timms.
Tomorrow night in Pensacola, Roy Lee Welch, I'm going to keep a promise that I made to a very good friend of mine, the Professor Bill Ash. Not only am I going to take your title and embarrass you, but I'm going to finish what I started. I'm going to break your arm. Tomorrow night is your last night.
Okay, that's tomorrow night in Pensacola. Make your plans to be at the City Auditorium at 8:15. Right now, a special word coming up, how you can get a poster of Tommy Wildfire Rich. For a limited time, and only on this television offer, can you own a full life-size poster of Tommy Wildfire Rich. Yes, the champion of champions, Tommy Wildfire Rich, in full color. America's most exciting wrestler, Tommy Wildfire Rich, available now only through this exclusive television offer. Call now. Visa or MasterCards accepted, or send $8.95 plus $2.50 postage to Sports Star, P.O. Box 130, Libertyville, Illinois, zip code 60048. If you call within the next hour, however, as a special bonus, you will receive a full-color 5x7 picture autograph card of Tommy Wildfire Rich. Don't delay. Supplies are limited. Be the first in your neighborhood to have as your own this life-size full-color poster of Tommy Wildfire Rich. And remember, call now, 1-800-345-5433. That's 1-800-345-5433. And don't forget your special bonus autograph card of Tommy Wildfire Rich. Do it now.
Ladies and gentlemen, this very, very special main event, television main event, it is a lights-out match. The lights have been lowered. They have been re-raised for television. Ladies and gentlemen, making his way to ringside, he weighs in at 231 pounds. Montgomery, Alabama, would you welcome Jimmy Golden? And don't forget, this match signed by both wrestlers, loser lead. No time limit and no disqualification.
Hey, Bullet! Bob Armstrong, whatever you
further comments from Mr. Golden. Bullet has joined me here at the desk, and I trust you certainly understand, after signing this kind of a match outside the sanction of the NWA, you understand the dangers involved.
I understand completely. I want everybody to know that anything goes in this match. It's a lights out, loser leaves. Somebody may get hurt tonight. It may be me. But we're going to settle it, and we're going to settle it once for all, and we're going to settle it right now.
All right, and so the Bullet making his way to the ring. So let's turn it back to our ring announcer.
Ladies and gentlemen, the music will tell it all as he makes his way to ringside at 229 pounds from parts unknown. Here is the Bullet!
Oh, the day I was born, this all got around.
Jimmy Golden wasting no time as he attacks the Bullet coming in. And so the Bullet in trouble now, as Jimmy Golden never allowed him enough time to remove his jacket, and now the Bullet hurtled from the ring, and Jimmy Golden is right after him. Remember, the loser of this one must leave town, and the Bullet taking an atomic knee drop from Jimmy Golden. The Bullet jammed into the timekeeper's table. And Jimmy Golden brings up that steel chair across the back of the Bullet driven back to that concrete floor. The Bullet in a lot of trouble here. And as you heard him say, he knew full well what he was facing. Wait a minute. The Bullet fired him off, and it's Jimmy Golden. Now the Bullet firing back at Jimmy Golden. The Bullet catches Golden in the stomach. The Bullet, a hard right hand to the side of the jaw. The Bullet, who has never had an opportunity to remove that jacket, is getting it together now. And the Bullet explodes. The Bullet catches him once again, and again, and again. Golden, dazed and staggered, caught for the roundhouse right. The Bullet has things very much under control now. Beautiful high knee lift into a lateral press. This could be it. No, sir. Golden powers out before the count. Leapfrog by the Bullet. The referee was hit by Golden. Golden misses, and the Bullet goes for the sleeper hold. The Bullet goes for the sleeper hold. Wait a minute. There's the Flame. The Flame has just come into the ring. The Flame, something in that mask. He drops the Bullet. Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Pay attention to that screen. The Flame trying to revive the referee. Golden back to his feet. The Flame outside. Golden going over to pin the Bullet. The Bullet, who had been knocked out. Golden tried for a neck breaker. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. The Bullet. Well, I'll tell you what. There appears to be... Well, now I'm confused. I'm confused. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. There are two Bullets. There are two Bullets out there. There are two Bullets. One has the Flame, one has Jimmy Golden. Golden has conceded. And the Bullet got Golden. The Bullet got Golden. Now, wait a minute. You talk about people switching around. There are indeed two Bullets. And, well, no disqualification. That that means that they can't be disqualified. That means that that is A-OK. It's outside the sanction of the NWA anyway. Anything goes, and anything did. And so there you see a jubilant pair, the Bullet and the Bullet. And Jimmy Golden has lost a loser-leave-town, lights-out match. Boy, you talk about a couple of Magnum bullets. You got them right there. Those are a pair of Magnum bullets. We'll be back to talk to the Bullets in just a moment. NWA Wrestling comes to Mobile, Alabama, November 22nd at the Fort Whiting Armory. A new era, free parking, door prizes, and much, much more. Plus, NWA Wrestling in Bruton, Alabama on the 19th. And tomorrow night in Pensacola City Auditorium, match time 8:15. A Southeastern Tag Title Chicken match. Tommy and Johnny Rich against the Nightmares. A Southeastern title, Norvell Austin against the exotic Adrian Street. In a challenge match, Brad Armstrong against Robert Fuller. There will be 2 other matches tomorrow night, Pensacola. I want to take a moment right now to talk to the Flame, and before I do, let's turn the microphone over to the Bullets in
You said it, Bullet. You told it.
Can I get a amen? Can I get a glory hallelujah? Bye-bye, Jimmy Golden. Now we're dropping them like flies. They say Robert Fuller's hurt for a few days. Go come back. Say one of his legs is shorter than another. Well, my heart's breaking, brother. You remember what you did to Bob Armstrong? Payback is bad to the bone. Gordon.
All right. Well, the Flame is with me. Looks like Mr. Golden and you got caught by a 44 long and a 357 Magnum.
No. What we got caught by was a stupid referee who's biased and prejudiced against us. I don't make idle threats. I don't make idle promises. Bob Armstrong, Brad Armstrong, Roberto Soto, consider yourselves unmasked, Armstrong, because I promise you this, your masks are coming off. I'll tear them off. I'll rip them off. Better yet, I'll burn them off. And Soto, I'm going to burn you like I did your greasy brother. And don't you ever forget that.
What a tremendous climax to one great hour of wrestling here on Continental Championship Wrestling, brought to you by the National Wrestling Alliance, the oldest and largest sanctioning body of professional wrestling the world over. Don't forget now, next week here on Continental Championship Wrestling, the finals of the Continental TV Championship, a 3-way round-robin tournament, Roy Lee Welch, Robert Fuller, and Roberto Soto. And obviously, we're going to be hearing more from the Flame. And will we indeed see Lady Maxine here next week here on Continental Championship Wrestling? And don't forget, on November 23rd, the dream match is upcoming. It will be Austin Idol going up against the exotic Adrian Street. So a lot of things unfolding in a hurry. And the newest addition now, the Bullets, the 44 long and the 357 Magnum. And I do mean they have got things under control. Till next week, Gordon Soley saying so long from deep in the heart of Dixie.